Hi everybody! Today we are going to introduce you our DPW Stain Mix system. What does it mean, a stain mix system? The purpose is to let you create whatever kind of patina and stain for whatever kind of wood, starting from the fewest possible component, DPW pigmented paste and the proper binder. Let's focus on DPW line, micronized waterborne pigment paste. In the book we have the white, the yellow, the blue, the black and the red that you can use to mix among them and to create whatever kind of shades. We have selected some of the most popular shades in our market at the moment, and you can see the color on the wood and the corresponding color of the patina. So now we will try to use it, and we will try to understand, for example, how we can get cherry coral stain. In the book you can find the formula of the reference. The reference is the 4G. You will have just to take a look to our formula, suggested formula, and you will have to replicate it and try the color. Let's try to explain in details how to use this formula. We are just considering the proportion inside the book, and we will try to get it at the correct ratio at 100%. So we will consider the percentage inside the formula, and we will create our toner only with the pigment paste, considering only the pigment paste. Looking at the formula, we can get the total amount of DPW paste, that is 7.18. This is our toner, so we have to calculate at 100% this toner with a simple proportion. So we will deduct that, for example, DPW 532 yellow in our toner should be the 39.69%. In the same way, we will calculate black and the red ratio for our toner. Finally, we got our toner proportion for cherry coral shades. And this toner will be the same for whatever kind of stain we want to prepare and for whatever kind of patina we want to prepare. We will have to change only the carrier, and how we will prepare the carrier, it's the second step of our tutorial. Carriers for waterborne system are a blend of binder and water, and we are aware of the importance of the proper carrier, mainly for the waterborne cycle, where you can have a lot of problem during the staining, like spot on wood, fiber rising, lack of pore coloring. So Adler is producing more than 100 different kind of binder. But in the stain mix we have tried to sum up and to create a what-if system in order to let you have an idea about how to formulate your own carrier according to the binder we can provide you. In the stain mix you will find a table with the most popular binding agents for the waterborne cycles, and some suggested formula, starting formula, according to the kind of wood you are using, that can be open pore, compact or soft, and the application you want to get. I mean, only spray, spray and wipe, wipe on, wipe off, and at the end, the patina. Now it's important to calculate the carrier and to understand how to get the proportion to use together with your toner that we have prepared before. So we will consider, for example, the suggested starting formula of a wiping stain on open pore wood like oak. That's one of the most popular. In the book, the suggested formula is water 50%, VLW 306M25, VLW 312 10, and DPW mix it's our toner, 15%. So this is the starting suggested ready-to-use formula using DPW mix as toner and our binder to create your waterborne carrier. We have to cut off the toner and to recalculate the ratio among water and binder to prepare the carrier. It's a proportion like we did for toner calculation. So we have calculated what is the suggested carrier formulation only considering the binder and the water. And this carrier is what we will use at suggested proportion together with the toner we have prepared before. At this step, we have prepared the standard waterborne carrier for wipe-on, wipe-off application on open pore wood like oak. And we will have to mix it together with the toner we have previously prepared. In what proportion? According to the proportion that the book is suggesting. Here you can see that the blend binder plus water is your carrier, while the DPW mix is your toner. Once we have calculated our carrier formula, let's prepare it. We suggest to add water first. And then the main binder, VLW 306M. Obviously, what we have suggested is a standard formula for open pore wood wipe-on, wipe-off application. It's possible to modify that formula according to your needs. I mean, if you need more open time, you can increase the percentage of VLV 306M, or you can even add some solvent retardant. This is our carrier. We just stir and it's ready for application. Now let's prepare the toner. We start from yellow. And after that, we will add the black. After a proper mixing, we will get our toner that we can use for whatever kind of patina and stain. Okay, so now we have the carrier and the toner, and we will mix in the ratio we have calculated according to our suggested formula. Since we were speaking about wiping on, wiping off stain on oak, the ratio between toner and carrier is 15 versus 85. And this is your ready-to-use cherry coral stain to apply by wipe-on, wipe-off on top of oak or whatever kind of open pore wood. So now let's apply the ready-to-use cherry coral stain for wiping on, wiping off on top of oak veneer previously sanded with 150 grit. The stain is odorless and very easy to apply. Moreover, thanks to the carrier, you don't have to be afraid of overlapping. That's all. Now let's prepare RAL 7001 toner that we will use together with the carrier we have already prepared for a wiping on, wiping off stain to apply on oak. We have already calculated in the same way the proportion for the toner. So we will start from the white. Obviously white is the main component for the RAL color. The yellow. According to the formula we need also blue. And finally we will add the black. Let's stir it properly, and this toner will be the same toner we will use also to prepare spray and wipe stain and patina reference. Obviously each one with its own carrier. Now we have the RAL 7001 toner and the carrier for wiping on, wiping off application on oak. We have to mix and to prepare the ready-to-use stain, following the proportion we suggested in our stain mix. I mean 85 parts of carrier and 15 parts of toner. We have to remark that when we speak about RAL 7001 color reference, we are just referring to the shades. So now we can use the same toner for whatever kind of application, and we will have to prepare the carrier accordingly to our needs. Now let's keep aside the wiping carrier that we will have the chance to use with other toners, and let's focus on the preparation of the other carriers. According to our formula guide, we can select the carrier for spray and wipe, the carrier for spraying, and the carrier for patina. Since we are speaking about open pore wood, we have to take a look to suggested formula here for calculation of carrier for spraying, and here for the calculation of the spray and wipe carrier. So also in this case we will start from water. That's the main component of the carrier. And let's prepare first the spray for waterborne stain to apply on open pore wood. The proportion is 83% of water and 17% of VLW 312. Now we are preparing the spray and wipe carrier, always for open pore wood. And deducting from our formula, we will have to consider 85% of carrier and 15% of toner in the ready-to-use formulation. So now we have to prepare first, as we did, the carrier. For the spray and wipe, we suggest combination of the binder 306M and the binder 312. In the stain mix, we refer to two kinds of patina. the dry patina to scrub, and the wet patina to wipe off. We will have to prepare both carrier, and for the preparation we need the same binder, the VLW 317, at different proportion with water. For the dry patina, we need a higher amount of VLW 317. Basically, we are speaking of a 44% of binder. While for the wet patina, we will reduce the amount of binder For the wet patina carrier, the amount of VLW 317 is only 24% and water will be 76%. Here we have our 3 carrier for waterborne stain to apply on oak by wipe on, wipe off, spray and wipe and only spray. And at the same time we have the 2 carrier for patina preparation. This carrier we can use with whatever kind of toner we will want to prepare. Following stain mix instruction, we are going to prepare RAL 7001 spray and wipe stain to apply on oak, open pore woods. We will have to use our carrier, we already prepared, at 85%. And we will add 15% of the toner, RAL 7001. After a quick stirring, the ready-to-use stain to spray and wipe is ready. Now we will use the same toner to prepare dry patina and wet patina by mixing the toner with the proper converter. Let's start from the dry patina. The average proportion we suggest for the dry patina is 90% of carrier and 10% of toner. Okay. And finally we will use RAL 7001 toner to prepare the wet patina, ready to use, by mixing 85% of carrier together with 15% of toner. So now we have a ready-to-use stain to spray and wipe, a dry patina and a wet patina that we will apply in the lab. Let's change the toner, and we will use cherry coral toner we prepared before to prepare a ready-to-use stain only to spray. In this case, the proportion suggested in the stain mix book is 90% of carrier and 10% of toner. After a quick stirring, the stain is ready to be sprayed. And we will go to the lab to apply all this ready-to-use stain and patina. Finally, let's have a look to the application made with a full waterborne cycle starting from DPW toner. Here we have the stain and the patina made starting from DPW toner mixed with the proper carrier according to desired application. Wipe on, wipe off. Here we have the spray and wipe, dry patina to scrub, wet patina to wipe off. On that side, we have the application made starting from cherry coral DPW toner. Wipe on, wipe off, only spray. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for having us. If you have any doubt or request, please don't hesitate to contact us. We are always here to help, because in Adler we care about the service beyond the products.